In this lesson, we're working on something called equations and ratios. An equation is a math sentence that has an equal sign. When it is equal, that means that both sides are the same. So 7 plus 9 is 16. These two sides are exactly the same. They both equal 16. 15 minus 5 is 10, and it equals 10. Both sides are the same. So what happens when we have something like this, where we have an x? So it wants us to figure out what that number is going to be. Here is what we need to do. A solution of an equation is a value for a variable that makes the equation true. So we want to figure out what number plus 3 would equal negative 10. In this case, it would be negative 13. And today all we're going to do is use mental math to figure out what the numbers would be. Is the given number a solution to the equation? If I were to replace the x with 30, does it make it true? Is 170 plus 30 200? Yes. In the next, does 12 minus 6, by replacing the a with the number 6, equal to 3? No. And in the next one, if I take the p out, replace it with the number 20, and they're right next to one another, which means times, is 8 times 20 160? Yes, it is. Tell the value of the variable to make the equation true. What number plus 6 equals 19? So we can do mental math. 13 plus 6 equals 19. Or if we were to know that I could actually do the opposite of what this says and take 19 minus 6, then I would know it would be 13. What number times 1 is 3? 3 times 1 is 3. What number minus 15 is 25? Well, that's a big number. That would be 40. And if we don't know how to do that in our head, we could do the opposite of what this says. So what number would equal if I do 25 plus 15? And that would be 40. Tell the value of the variable that makes our equation true. Here we're adding fractions. Remember, we have 2/3 plus 1/5. So we're doing times blank equals blank, times blank equals blank. Our common denominator is 15. So we're going to multiply both the top and the bottom by 5. And our common denominator is 15. So we're going to multiply both the top and the bottom by 3. And when I add the two together, I get 13 over 15. And that's going to be my h value. So h is going to equal 13 over 15. Remember, when we divide fractions, we take the first, change the sign, and take the reciprocal or flip it over. We get 6 over 4, which we can divide both the top and the bottom by 2. And we get 3 over 2, and that's going to be our x value. In our next example, we say 23.6 minus 5.7 is equal to n. We're going to line it up and we're going to subtract. Borrow 16 minus 7 is 9. Borrow 12 minus 5 is 7. We have 1 left. And we bring down our decimal, so that is our n value. So let's take a look at a couple of word examples. John has X apples. If he adds 5 apples to his pile, he's going to have 8 apples. What did he start with? What's his value of X? Well, 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. So X is equal to 3. Maddie has X dollars. After spending, which is minus $90 on a purse, she has $45 left. How much did she start with? What's her value of X? This one's a little bit more math involved, but we can either do mental math or we can do the opposite. So instead of minusing, we could add the two together, and that's going to tell us where we started. So X equals 135. Now it's your turn to try these on your own and see what you get.